Welcome to Supplement Saturday. Today's discussion explores vitamin K2, how it differs from vitamin K1, and why it is often mentioned alongside calcium and vitamin D when discussing healthy aging, balanced nutrition, and normal body function. Imagine someone who has spent years trying to take care of their bones. Perhaps they make an effort to include dairy products in their diet because they've always been told that calcium is important. Perhaps they spend more time outdoors to support their vitamin D levels, or they've chosen to take a calcium supplement because they want to remain active as they get older. These are all understandable decisions. Yet many people are surprised to discover that calcium is only one part of a much larger nutritional story. Human physiology is built upon systems rather than isolated nutrients. Vitamins, minerals, proteins, hormones, and enzymes constantly interact with one another, each contributing to normal body function in different ways. When we look closely at nutrition, it quickly becomes clear that very few nutrients work alone. This is where vitamin K2 enters the conversation. Although vitamin K2 has become increasingly popular over recent years, it is not a new discovery. It has been present in traditional diets for generations, particularly in cultures where fermented foods form the regular part of everyday eating. Before understanding vitamin K2, it helps to recognize that there are actually different forms of vitamin K. Vitamin K1, sometimes called phylloquine, is found mainly in green leafy vegetables. It is well known for its role in normal blood clotting and has been recognized within nutrition science for many decades. Vitamin K2, known as manakinone, belongs to the same vitamin family but has different physiological roles. Rather than focusing primarily on blood clotting, vitamin K2 is commonly recognized for its involvement in calcium metabolism and is frequently discussed in relation to bone and cardiovascular health. This distinction often surprises people because many assume that all forms of vitamin K perform exactly the same function. They do not. Like members of the same family with different occupations, vitamins K1 and K2 share certain characteristics while contributing to different aspects of normal body function. One of the reasons vitamin K2 receives so much attention is because calcium itself must be carefully regulated within the body. Calcium is essential for many physiological processes. It contributes to normal muscle function, nerve signaling, blood clotting, and the maintenance of normal bones and teeth. But the body does not simply absorb calcium and leave it to chance. Instead, a highly regulated network of hormones, vitamins, and specialized proteins helps control how calcium is utilized. This is one reason vitamin D is so widely recognized. Vitamin D supports the normal absorption and utilization of calcium from the digestive tract. However, nutrition scientists frequently discuss vitamin K2 alongside vitamin D because these nutrients participate in different parts of the overall process. Rather than competing with one another, they are often described as complementary components within normal calcium metabolism. This highlights one of the most important lessons in nutrition. Health is rarely about finding one miracle nutrient. Instead, it is usually about understanding how many different nutritional factors work together. When people begin learning about supplements, they sometimes search for the single product that will solve every health concern. Unfortunately, biology does not usually work that way. The human body functions as an integrated system. Just as an orchestra depends on many instruments working together, good health depends upon many nutrients contributing to normal physiological function at the appropriate time and in appropriate amounts. Vitamin K2 is one instrument within that orchestra. Another common question concerns food sources. Fortunately, vitamin K2 occurs naturally in several foods. One of the richest dietary sources is natto, a traditional Japanese fermented soybean food that contains particularly high concentrations of vitamin K2. Although natto is not commonly eaten in many Western countries, it demonstrates how traditional food preparation methods can influence nutritional content. Vitamin K2 is also found in certain cheeses, egg yolks, and some animal-derived foods. The exact amount varies according to food type, preparation methods, and animal feeding practices, but these foods contribute to dietary intake as part of a balanced eating pattern. This brings us to another valuable principle. Whenever possible, nutrition begins with food. Whole foods provide far more than isolated vitamins. They also contain proteins, healthy fats, fiber, minerals, and thousands of naturally occurring compounds that interact in ways science continues to investigate. Supplements can sometimes support nutritional intake in appropriate circumstances, but they should not be viewed as replacements for a balanced dietary pattern. Food remains the foundation. Lifestyle forms the structure built upon that foundation. Another misconception is that supplements somehow remove the need for healthy habits. In reality, no supplement replaces regular movement. No supplement replaces strength training. No supplement replaces adequate sleep. No supplement replaces a balanced eating pattern. Long-term health is usually the result of consistent daily behaviors repeated over many years. These behaviors influence muscle health, metabolic function, cardiovascular well-being, physical independence, and quality of life far more than any single product ever could. Supplements are best understood as one component within a much broader lifestyle approach. That perspective is particularly relevant as people grow older. Healthy aging is not simply about living longer. It is about maintaining the ability to move well, remain independent, enjoy everyday activities, and preserve function throughout later life. Nutrition contributes to that objective. Physical activity contributes to that objective. Strength training contributes to that objective. Sleep contributes to that objective. Stress management contributes to that objective. Each healthy decision becomes another piece of a much larger picture. Vitamin K2 therefore serves as an excellent reminder that the body operates through cooperation rather than isolation. It reminds us that nutrients interact, body systems interact, healthy habits interact. Perhaps that is the most valuable lesson of all. Rather than searching for one nutrient to transform health, we can focus on building patterns that consistently support normal body function over time. Balanced meals, regular movement, resistance exercise, restorative sleep, hydration, thoughtful supplementation where appropriate. These are the habits that create lasting change because they work together instead of competing with one another. Today's discussion has explored vitamin K2 within that broader context, not as a miracle solution, but as one contributor within the remarkable complexity of human nutrition and physiology. Understanding how nutrients work together often provides a more helpful perspective than focusing on individual ingredients in isolation. For daily science-backed health insights, follow or DM me